Hey, Kelly. So we'll get to the news first. AI startup Sierra now raising $175 million in new capital, which puts its valuation at $4.5 billion. That's roughly quadruple what this company was worth back in January. We're here with co-founder Bret Taylor, also the chairman of OpenAI's board and former co-CEO of Salesforce. Bret, great to see you. Thank you for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
Let's start with the news. What kind of growth are you guys seeing to justify quadrupling your valuation in less than a year?
Well, at Sierra, we help companies build AI agents that can actually directly talk to their consumers. So I don't know if you have a Sonos speaker, but if you had trouble setting it up, you could talk to an AI agent powered by Sierra to help you set it up. Or if you have SiriusXM in your car, Harmony, which is the name of their AI agent, can help you with your account. And we're seeing so many consumer brands interested in how can you have scale conversations with millions of consumers in real time, 24/7, and AI is the answer. And we're just seeing a ton of momentum in the market.
But not a chatbot. You have banned that word in your office, you said.
Well, look, if you talk to your viewers and you say, do you like chatbots? My guess is none of you would say yes, because we associate it with those incredibly annoying robotic things that we've been using for the past decade. On the other hand, if you asked your viewers, do you like ChatGPT? My guess is 100% of them would say yes, because it's delightful, it's conversational, it's authentic. And we like to say we're helping our companies build AI, not chatbots.
We've all been there with the airline chatbots, for example. We mentioned OpenAI. You are the chairman of the board there. You really had a front row seat to that funding round, the news today. How would you describe sort of the appetite from venture investors in getting into some of these rounds in AI? What does it look like out here?
Well, it's certainly a frothy environment. There's no doubt. But I actually think with the benefit of hindsight, it will probably be warranted. It reminds me a little bit of the dot-com bubble. You know, I think if I mention the dot-com bubble, you'll probably think pets.com or Webvan. We forget it also gave birth to Amazon, Google, and a lot of the companies just mentioned by your colleague. So in many ways, the internet did transform the economy. Even in the most frothy statements in 1998 probably were warranted. It doesn't mean that pets.com was a great investment. We're kind of seeing the same thing in AI right now. Companies like Sierra, we're really driving value, real value for companies right now. And similarly, you're seeing a lot of snake oil as well. And I think the free market will help that all play out over time. But it's exciting, and I actually think that this wave of AI will truly transform the economy.
Pets.com, how do you make sure you are not the Webvan or the Pets.com? What sort of moat are you building when there's a lot of competition here from OpenAI, Microsoft, and others? What does the moat look like for Sierra?
You know, I like to keep it simple. It's all about our customers and driving success for them. Let's just take one of our customers, ADT, the security company. T in ADT stands for Telegraph. This is a company founded to provide home security through the telegraph, and we have the privilege of making their first AI agent for them. And, you know, my view is if you make your first 10 customers successful, you can make the next 100 successful. You make the next 100 successful, you can make the next 1,000 successful. And at the end of the day, there is so much hype in AI right now. There's very few companies actually helping drive real business outcomes, and that's what we're focused on.
Kelly's got a question for you.
Kate, thank you. And I'm going to ask about something we've been debating quite a lot. Bret, could you shed some insight onto how you think OpenAI and other language models can remain relevant without licensing data from major media organizations going forward?
Well, look, this current wave in AI is really driven by three factors. The first is access to data, which is extremely important. The second is access to compute, which enables both training and inference at scale, which is why companies like NVIDIA are growing so rapidly right now. And the third is algorithms. There was a breakthrough called transformers a number of years ago from Google that really was the reason why all of us are sitting here today talking about large language models. And I think all three need to evolve over the next few years as these foundation model companies pursue artificial general intelligence.
Understood, but I guess my point would be if you want to be able to ask, we're all about to get this update of Siri when you can talk to her and kind of be plugged into OpenAI and get the best information. And if I wanted to say, you know, hey, Siri, tell me about the Dodgers game last night or something like that, how are they going to be able to do that without licensing that content from major media organizations? Are they ultimately going to be trying to write it themselves?
You know, it's a great question, and there's a lot of different ways to do that. You know, I look at my phone right now, and it's not just software from Apple, it's software from pretty much every company you just mentioned on your show. Will the apps you install on your phone move from being icons that you tap on to agents that you talk to? Will the ESPN app have an agent? Will the NBC Sports app have an agent? So there's ways where foundation model companies pursue this directly, which is really interesting. I also think that the agent is the new app. I think companies will spend as much time and investment on their AI agent as they do their website or their mobile app. And I think our phones will become a package of all of that rich functionality, not just from one company, but from every company.
And Bret, we do have an election coming up next week. I won't ask you to endorse a candidate unless you want to here, but AI policy. What is at stake for AI next week when people go to the polls?
I always like to start with the benefits that AI provides humanity. And that means we need to ensure that AI is accessible to every citizen of this country. And we need to ensure that AI remains safe. And really, that's the mission of organizations like OpenAI. And then if you look at the larger geopolitical landscape, we need to ensure that the United States remains competitive. I think it's a competition between the West and freedom and countries that are invested in AI to further the causes of freedom. And so I think we need to take into account all of those things, and I'm really proud to be a part of an organization that's driven by that mission.
Bret, it's great to see you. Thank you so much for your time today. And Kelly, we'll send it back over to you.
Kate and Bret, thank you. We really appreciate it. Our Kate Rooney sitting with Bret Taylor today.